They already know that he won't be convicted, and it could be argued that he has the right to withhold certain information and to do what he was doing because he was elected and he has the executive powers to do that. So it's not a clear-cut case. So why are they doing this?
Oh my God. What am I doing?
Hi, welcome to Just Thinking Out Loud. I'm Desi-Rae. Hi, welcome to Just Thinking Out Loud. I'm Desi-Rae. President Trump was impeached. I'm not an expert on this topic. I just thought you guys might want to hear my opinion. I was really shocked when I first heard what happened. The first notification I saw about it was from the Wall Street Journal on my phone. And the way it was said, it was almost gleeful, and it sounded much more serious than it really was. It sounded like, yes, we've shown him and all his supporters. That was a vibe I got from that first initial article and then also the other subsequent ones that I saw. But then when you look a bit more into it, it all seems very vague, and the scholarly work on the legality of it is also very vague. So it kind of just seems like the Democrats, who are the ones who voted for it, for the articles of impeachment to be filed against him, that they were just doing it out of trying to get Trump, and that it wouldn't really happen. So it was more like a political move. And I'm guessing that's what it was, because they know that it won't work. So it's definitely just strategy for, I guess, doing what they said they were going to do from he was elected and won the presidency in 2016. They've been wanting to impeach him since then. The Mueller investigation, nothing came from it. So they're finding more issues. These issues could be real issues, but it's obviously partisan. That's what it is. And so when I heard it, I felt this strange surge of almost anger well up in me, because I can't vote, but he was rightfully elected the way all the other presidents have been elected in the past. And it just seems that since he started running, and especially since he got into power, everyone, well, not everyone, a lot of people who don't like him have been trying to get him out of office. And so it's almost like their attack and their plan to show that they really wanted to get him out and to please all the people who were salty from the victory. Really what I see it as, everything is too vague in terms of what he's being impeached for. There isn't really any clear legal consensus that Congress can be mad at the president, who has his own separate powers for doing what he's doing in terms of withholding information that they want, or what they call obstruction of Congress. Also, from some of the reading that I did, the best article that I found was from The Atlantic, which was surprisingly not biased. I thought it would be like super biased, but it didn't come off that way to me. Kind of explaining in the legal background for what's occurring. What they called obstruction of Congress, there's no real precedent for it. In the past, it was obstruction of justice and also contempt for Congress, but this new term, obstruction of Congress, is something new. And then what they call high crimes and misdemeanors, that's also something that is kind of vague, because he isn't doing something that's obviously a crime that he can be indicted for. And I read everything about the call with Ukraine. I spent like an hour and a half just reading through articles, and I'm a very fast reader. So I've really absorbed lots of information, and most of it is meaningless to me just because it's all very vague. He was elected and he has his own executive powers, and those executive powers have been used many times by presidents both on the left and on the right, and he has the right to do that. Even if some people are upset at what he's doing, like, he was elected fair and square, how every other president has been elected based on how the Constitution is written up. And I just thought that it's almost like they're trying to overturn the will of the American people. That's how it came across to me. This isn't even any kind of defense of Trump. It's just like looking at the actions, elected by the people, how every other president has been elected. Yes, a lot of the country is upset at him. Not even half of the people who would vote they're like, we're not happy with this. They've been wanting to impeach him since day one. And so, like, that's the thing about it. They've been wanting to do this for a very long time, and they finally did it. And I guess I'm just very curious to see how Americans will respond to what happened. I think it was interesting to see what happened with Brexit, where they voted to leave And then the powers that be were like, no, we know what's best for you. And then they were like, no, we know what's best for us. So I'm wondering if something like that might happen with the US. I really don't know. I'm honestly just very curious. But that was the feeling that I had when I heard what happened. And it's been some time since then. So it's much more intellectual for me now. But yeah, it just seems really vague. It seems very vague and just power politics that they're playing. I did like Tulsi Gabbard's suggestion of the censure. I don't know how you pronounce that. Censure of doing that, where it's like a formal reprimand from Congress and from the people in government who hold positions of power. Because that's what they say they're trying to do without like screwing around with really serious proceedings. It's essentially the same thing. It might even have the same effect because they're trying to charge him with high crime and misdemeanor. That's not literal crimes, but just what they think is inappropriate conduct. So they should maybe use that instead. That was a good suggestion. That seemed like a good suggestion for what they're actually trying to do. But it doesn't have the same, yes, we got him effect. And I think that's what they're going for. So that's what I think about this whole impeachment thing. It seems like it could negatively affect both Democrats and Republicans, including Trump, in terms of the 2020 race. It just seems like overturning the will, trying to, or symbolically, that's the word. It seems like they're symbolically overturning the will of the people who voted for him. And I think it's rude and I think it's not good. I don't talk about Trump much on my channel, and this isn't really an opinion on Trump, but an opinion on what I saw or what seems to be going on. Yeah, so that's what I thought about Trump being impeached. Or sorry, Trump having articles of impeachment filed against him, which is also being impeached, but it's not as final as the word sounds because they've hyped up the word so much. So I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my opinion. I thought you might be curious because it's a really big topic and I haven't touched on it yet. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like my content. Also donate at justthinkingoutloud.tv/donate. I would really appreciate it if you did that. You can also support in other ways, like sharing my videos, leaving a comment, subscribing, liking. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.